And so the true prophets of God who will come to the church, sent to the church to speak God's mind, will be encouraging, emboldening, encouraging the church to keep exposing darkness in the church. What will the false prophets do? Exactly the opposite. The false prophets will be discouraging believers from exposing. They will discourage believers from exposing. They will discourage believers. This is how you mark a false prophet. In this season, this is not the pattern for every season. This is a critical season, and the rules for the game of this season are different. There are critical seasons in which certain signs mark a false prophet. In the days of Jeremiah, how did he mark the false prophets? When the true prophets were prophesying judgment, what did the false prophets say? Peace. So the false prophets will always come to say the opposite of what the true prophets are saying. Why? Because the ministers of Christ, their job, the prophets of Christ, their job is to reveal the mind of Christ. The ministers of Satan, this is what Paul says, the false apostles are. And no wonder, 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Therefore, it is not surprising if his ministers, he's talking about the false apostles, also disguise themselves as ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their deeds. And so, yes, the false prophets will be discouraging the church from exposing. Why? Because they're trying to strengthen and embolden the agenda. You see, sin works in secret, and Satan works in secret. He said, those that get drunk at night. He said, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret. Bread eaten in secret. Bread eaten in what? In secret. When people watch porn, what do? In secret. Sin is always in secret. Sin operates in secret. And Satan works in secret. It's the kingdom of light that he says, let your light so shine before men. Why? Because we're not trying to hide God. We're trying to manifest God. Satan is hiding his works in the church because he works by deception. He's cunning like a snake. Snakes hide in the grass. People make a lot of songs about that. Snakes in the grass. You see? Snakes hide in the grass. So Satan wants to hide his operation in the church. He's a master of deception. But light is not deceptive. Light reveals. And darkness hates light. He said the people who are in darkness, paraphrasing, what? He said they don't want to come to light, right, lest their deeds be exposed. And so these ministers of Satan, ministers of the kingdom of darkness, don't want their operations to be exposed, obviously. If you're in a company stealing the company's money, do you want your works to be exposed? No. So the ministers of Satan will be telling the church, masquerading as true men of God, to stop exposing, to stop calling out men of God, to stop, calling out sin. Focus on your own life. Stop judging people. They'll use all kinds of theologies to try to prove their point. But at the end of the day, what they're saying is categorically against Scripture and against what the Lord is doing in this time. This is a season of exposure. And there are coming moves of God that God is preparing us for. It needs to sanctify the church.